times the children get used as weapons, or they're the pawns in this little thing that's going on between the exes, right? Somebody said something to me one time at work that kind of hit home here. They were married when they came to work, and then they got divorced. But this one lady was just chatting, and one of the kids left the backpack at home or something. And she was just describing the hassle she had on the way to work, and it was like, she was halfway to work, and then the kid says, "Oh, I forgot my backpack." But the way she said it was, "I left my backpack at Dad's house." So now it's Mom's house and it's Dad's house. When I was a kid, it was my house, right? So they kind of lose that identity because now I'm just in the middle here. I lost my house, now it's Mom's and Dad's, and I'm just back and forth. So the kids really get the worst part of it. They're the collateral damage, and two people that choose sin over forgiveness and those kind of things, and they decide, hey, I'm out of here, I don't care. But the children really end up paying the price for that. So one of the things if we're talking a little bit about forgiveness, you have to forgive your ex, and you need to ask your kids to forgive you. When you ask your kids to forgive you for what they've gone through or what you've put them through, it helps stop the generational curses. Yeah.
My husband, he's done all of that, and it just keeps coming back. Everything keeps coming back on him. And he's asked the ex-wife, and he'll be fine for a little while, and then it's just, and with the kids, the same thing. Right?
Now it's on them.
You were here a couple of weeks ago when Kenyatta was here, the one that we do the Christian radio station with. It took years for his ex-wife and his kids to come around. But you just got to know that God has that timing, will be the perfect timing when that changes. And you got to live for that day. In the meantime, you got to continue doing what you know you're supposed to be doing for God and each other, and just know that God's got their covered.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right, and that's what I don't, as far as I know that they're used as the pawns.
Sure.
And I don't want to partake in that.
And I used to get blamed at one point too.
I just let them
for
stay with
being
their mom,
right.
and I try to make contact with them on the phone, and
Just love them, that's all
Yes,
you can do.
Right.
You do what you need to do, what you're supposed to do. Do the right thing. They will someday, we don't know when, but they'll realize who's right, who's wrong.
Right, but that waiting period is just, it's so
That's
patience comes in.
that's when the self-control, the patience, the long-suffering, all those kind of things.
Larry, Sarah had something she wanted to ask, and then you got to get on this
Yeah.
one, too.
I was going to say that it does take a lot of time. You can't force it, but it's a hard issue. Just pray, because it is reconciliation that's over.
And then throw in the ex-wife using the children as pawns. That's even worse.
You see, I know what it is. I know the warfare, and I just turn it over to God, and
There you go.
trust that He's working it for the good, because I love Him, and I'm
And he will bless that,
right.
right?
And the kids are watching you, how you're handling them.
Yeah.
In spite of them doing what they know is
Right,
right.
right.
They're watching you, and you just have to be the godly examples of what a marriage, a true marriage, and a true relationship when God's in the middle is supposed to be. And that's what you got. Live and breathe for God and each other. The rest will work it out.
I almost left at one point because I didn't want to get in between.
Yeah, you can't.
All this stuff goes through your
Then
Sure.
Satan wins if you do that.
right.
Yeah. See, it's a battle,
Not in my house.
right? It's a battle, and we'll get to that here in a little bit. Just to wrap up this week's lesson, because we only got like 15 minutes left to do the other one, which should be a 45-minute class. But, God likes to multiply, so part of dealing with your roots, get those root causes dealt with. Strive for wholeness. Normally I would just say become whole, but we should strive to be whole. It's a process. God likes to multiply, so when he multiplies a whole one by a whole one, he still gets one. That's the one flesh. 1 times 1 equals 1. He doesn't add in that instance. When he's creating a marriage, he multiplies. He doesn't take 1 and 1 and end up with 2. He multiplies and he gets the 1. Step-parents need to be stewards, not owners. And then be good examples of what a good marriage is supposed to be, because that's, your kids will imitate you, good or bad. So be good. Okay, that's going to wrap up this week. We'll get started on the next one.
Thank you all for joining the Blended Families Ministry program today. This ministry was created to help blended families learn how to use biblical tools that will help you thrive. We are Doctors Larry and Carol Snap, and we invite you to listen to our weekly shows here on ChristianLivingRadio.com and to visit our website, blendedfamiliesministry.org, to learn more about the ministry and all that we do. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you so much for tuning in to ChristianLivingRadio.com. Christian Living Radio is a nonprofit 501(c)(3), and all donations are tax deductible. And we really do need your support. We're calling on you right now for your continued prayer for this station. But along with your prayer, we really do need some donations, so we can continue to bring you these great shows with this wonderful content that is building your families, your mind, and helping you grow your children up in a biblical manner. And above all of that, it allows us to continue to spread the gospel around the globe. So why don't you give today and give generously? This is Pastor G. You're listening to Christian Living Radio. May God's best be yours. Have a wonderful, wonderful week.